What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the recording. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. I wanted to take a look at, it looks like Tim Pool's news team, Timcast, has apologized or created some sort of update. I haven't read it yet, so I want to check it out. People said that they published a part 4, which apparently was in response to some threats of lawsuits. I think and hope at this point it's all kind of done. Everything that's been said needs to be said. And I'm hoping that, Shane Cashman can make it right, because he made some pretty spicy claims about an individual that turned out to be patently false. At least that's their claim, of course. And I suspect they were able to prove that it was false since they were forced to issue an addendum. I hope you're having a wonderful day. By the way, by the time you see this, I'll probably be halfway through my travel. It would be absolutely awesome if I landed to a great day of sales over at coffeebrandcoffee.com. This is my company. It supports me directly. We have so many delicious coffee blends. We have obviously light roast, medium roast, dark roast. We have our blueberry cobbler, hazelnut churro, French toast, all these flavors that people love. Double caffeinated cold brew bags, our Roaster's Choice program, K-Cups, and so much more. We also have a dozen organic teas and 4 real cacao hot cocos. Make today the day you head on over to coffeebrandcoffee.com. If nothing else, check out the reviews. And you know what? If you bought some and you have it around, make sure you take a picture and you leave a review. I would absolutely love to keep those reviews flowing in, because I stand by my product and I know they're going to be good. Addendum to the Perpetual Trauma Machine, published by Shane Cashman. After the publication of the 3rd segment in the Eliza Blue series, Shane Cashman contacted Manuel Chavez, a name that has been reported as a one-time affiliate of now defunct public relations company. So now we know where Tim was getting that idea. He has clarified his distance from the company and said he does not employ the tactics that have been previously reported on. So the entire article and now we know where Tim got the whole, it's a paid PR firm. It's because Shane Cashman told him that. The company in question offered for nominal services of PR company, but extended its reputation management by creating positive and negative social media campaigns. They will buy positive articles, postings, and accounts to promote people, but also engage in negative campaigns against the target if the client requested it. Chavez said that they were essentially a group of LARPers trying to copy the model of Black Cube and Redacted. Chavez says he began associating with the people close to his company after delving into intricate popular online puzzles and gaining some attention by allegedly solving them. He interacted with people he believed created the puzzles, and according to him, felt like they'd eventually been taken hostage by their hopium. Chavez said he spent years trying to expose the wrongdoings of the people in that circle, but keeps being lumped in with them despite his efforts. He told Shane Cashman, "Wait, I thought Shane wrote this. Why is he speaking in the 3rd person? Wait, what? It doesn't make sense. Who wrote this?" He told Shane Cashman they ended up getting a restraining order against some of the people he used to interact with, and ultimately moved to another state to escape danger that he believed they posed to him. He provided Timcast News with copies of the actual order. The following interview is directly from the conversation between Cashman and Chavez after the release of Part 3. Timcast News cannot independently verify many of the claims made by the subject at this time, but we have decided to present the discussion as it occurred for transparency. We have edited out the names and individuals of the company. Okay, why didn't you say that about Eliza Blue? So in this interview, Cashman says, "You're not running any kind of operation." Chavez says, "I'm basically broke. I've been door dashing so that I can pay my rent. I put out this thread and I just decided that I wouldn't worry about it anymore. I felt like I'd spoken my piece and I was like, okay. And if I was wrong, honestly, I wanted to be proven wrong. That's the whole point. I wanted give Eliza what she needed. I don't think people really picked up on it. Trust me, I didn't try to feed this to other people. I never meant for her to have this whole perpetual trauma machine go on. I know it's been difficult." Cashman says, "I personally have no problem with people asking questions, and you can talk all the ish you want. People could say he's been affiliated with the company and then hear him talk about he's laughing about knowing people who've ended themselves. And now you're putting it in a different light where it's like you've blown the whistle on these people. There have been articles written about these tactics. Chavez writes, I'm not behind any kind of smear campaign. You know I'm not a bot master. I can barely afford to pay my rent. Don't even like bots. Back in 2017, I was accused of doing this stuff. So he ends up doing this article. Reporters like Will Sommer from the Daily Beast, they went on with another narrative. The sad thing is that I was the source for Will. I gave him the information first. Then he went and tried to fact check you and want everybody else to fact check me, right? I literally had to get a restraining order from my former associates. They were getting physical with me, putting hands on me, trying to hurt me, basically tell me, if you try to leave, I'm going to destroy you, this, that, and the other thing. Well, okay. Cashman wrote, when you saw the Daily Beast article about Eliza and it was written by Will Sommer, did it give you any pause because of what he'd done to you previously? Yeah, actually, I had noticed he was poking around. He followed me on Twitter, but never reached out to me directly or anything. But Will has been pretty well known for like following me around and picking up stories over the years. I don't work with the Daily Beast at all. Interesting. So he's doing this interview with Manuel DeFango, I guess, or Chavez, I don't know. But that's who it is. I'm not a robot. I'm just in my tiny apartment. Do you have any advice for people when they might see these crazy disinformation campaigns happen? Interestingly, so he does this interview. Cashman says, do you think there's a goal? Do you think there's a goal for this? Or is it just chaos? Is it to gain power over people? For the people that I interact with, it always seemed to boil down to money. It's always been about that for them. They play both sides all the time. You know, I'm not a psychopath. I'm not even really a criminal. I just, for some reason, have ran into many criminals over my lifetime, trying to understand these people, blah, blah, blah. I don't even understand. What is the point of this? This doesn't do anything. I don't understand why they do half the things they do. That's why with the Eliza thing, I definitely didn't want it to end up like this. I would much rather, have been able to talk to her. If I was able to give her a message today, obviously I would say, look, I'm definitely sorry that this kind of rolled out the way that it did. I take responsibility for what I've done and what I've said, and I've been wrong, and I apologize. About what, though? I'm not sure what he's saying he's been wrong about. I apologize. Unlike all these other people on the internet that are just making video after video collecting cash. Oh, okay. So Manuel DeFango goes after the YouTubers? I don't know. That seems like a weird take. Maybe he didn't mean it that way. I'll try to give him the benefit of the doubt. So was there ever any there was never any intention to have her harassed into oblivion, right? That's not what I wanted. I wanted some simple answers. This kind of thing spiraled out of control in the way that I can't control. But it's not the first time something like that has happened to me. Well, this is really nothing. It's like instead of getting a lawsuit, they negotiated that they would publish an interview. Is that what this is? Let's take a look at some of the replies. Timcast News. Okay. Dr. Turtleboy writes, this is all just a ridiculous distraction from the fact that Shane failed to investigate anything and provided cover for Eliza. Timcast News cannot independently verify many of the claims made by the subject at this time. That didn't stop them the first 3 times. Why would it now? People are pointing. Timcast News cannot independently verify many of the claims made by the subject this time, but we decided to present blah, blah, blah. Where was this on the original piece? Could have solved a lot of problems. Still not apology, though. This is just getting sad. If her story is so believable, why is she no longer on the live show in Austin? I think it's time Shane moves on from Timcast. I don't think he can regain trust after having to U-turn so hard. Shane is dragging down the credibility of the rest of Timcast. I don't know. Turtle Boy says, hey, Timcast, why do you still employ this idiot? Do you actually think this is good journalism? He's really hurting your brand. I mean, yeah, I'd say that this isn't a good look for the brand. I think this is weird. Why even publish this? It seems like they negotiated this settlement where he would clear DeFango's name in exchange for DeFango then basically saying everyone else, people who made endless videos about it, they're the problem. That was a weird line. I hope he didn't mean it that way. Good Lord, I thought this was a story about inappropriate use of censorship on social media. How did it spiral into some obscure he said, she said spat between news and marketing agencies? You guys lost the plot. And by the way, Brittany Venti is still wrongfully banned, and I want to continue to point that out. It's interesting, very interesting. Tim Pool, please fire Shane Cashman. I'm not going to ask for anybody to be fired. Certainly Tim should employ whom he wants to. And I think that there's probably a place where Shane Cashman can do well. It's just not in investigative journalism. It's in opinion pieces. He never should have been assigned to this. I think this is a good point. Yeah, everyone ignoring that DeFango apologized to Eliza and threw everyone else under the bus. That's what he did. That's how it read anyway. I think that's pretty odd. I don't know why he would have apologized simply for posting a thread that people ask questions about. Really, most of the research was found by other people. This is weird. This is kind of an L for DeFango. I guess I'll reach out to him. I don't blame him. The guy's probably just trying to, get out from underneath this. I don't know. But weird, you see here, bizarre. It seems so weird. Like they just gave him a platform to say whatever he wants. He apologized. I'm not sure what he would apologize for. What a huge waste of time. Yeah, that was a huge waste of time. But I guess that's the end we get. Sometimes we don't get the ending we want. This is it. It's going to be a stain on Timcast News integrity until they address it. Maybe they get rid of Shane Cashman. Maybe they come out and just say, hey, we oofed it. But yikes. What I can say is bad articles go down great with delicious coffee brand coffee. Promo code SWEET to save 10%. That's a pretty sweet deal. Support the channel. Check out Coffee Brand Coffee. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.